Good morning, good evening. Hey, today I want to talk about outsourcing again. I want to talk about saving time and money through delegation, through outsourcing to the Philippines. If your time is worth $20, $30, $40, $50 an hour or more, you want to listen to this video because I want to talk to you about what my virtual assistants from the Philippines do for my business. So whether you're in a child care industry or any kind of business, you ought to consider outsourcing and take a look at the possibilities of spending $20, $30, or $40 a day for an 8-hour workday, providing great opportunities to a virtual assistant in the Philippines, and that time helping your business grow. Let's dive in. Come follow me. Then this is the channel for you. It's pretty cool, huh? All right, so virtual assistants in the Philippines. This is a thing that's been going on for a long time. Onlinejobs.ph. I'll put a description below and a link to their website. So that's how I found out about this program. What do my virtual assistants do for my business? So I have two businesses essentially that they work in. One is Discovery Kids Learning Center, our preschools. The other is Child Care Biz Consulting. So the majority of their efforts for me right now are within Child Care Biz Consulting, because that is a business that we're growing. I'm 3-4 years in there, but this last 12 months, 6 months has really been pivotal in launching that business. So let me just run through a quick list of tasks that they do for me on a daily basis. Number one, I have two virtual assistants. One of their background is in has a degree in secondary education, so did some human resources, some business management, and teaching. So this individual helps us with multiple things. Here we go with a short list. Digital portfolios is one thing. She works in our child care center, and she takes video pictures and inserts them into Google Slides, which and manages a tracking sheet and she works with our teachers daily through a walkie-talkie app called Voxer, smartphone app, if you will, and that saves hundreds of hours of staff time, thousands of dollars in my payroll, and she communicates with them, tracks these child developmental portfolios. Pretty cool. But we're talking about creating documents on Google Slides. Another thing that she does is our Facebook groups. She joins Facebook groups for us through Child Care Biz Consulting, and then interacts with posts. And this VA, we'll call her Jay for her first initial. So Jay speaks very, very good English, but articulating certain English phrases and so forth is sometimes a little bit challenging. And so we create scripts for her to be able to post and comment to other videos. But so she's engaging in social media for us. That's a big thing. She also does research for us. So if I have a project for her, I have a question about something in my business, I can give it to her, and she's good at research. She also manages a social media tracking on several platforms, which is not only Facebook, but YouTube and Instagram. She's familiar with all of those, and she comes up with other great marketing ideas for our business. Another one of our VAs, we'll call her Miss C, and so C, she has a background in business and finance. She worked in banking most recently, and I was able to actually recruit her away from her employer down there, who was sad to see her go. She's very, very talented and has quickly become what I would consider very advanced in Google Documents. So she creates all kinds of documents and spreadsheets for us for my business. So here's, for example, think about your business and how you need to want to manage your business. Let me give you an example. Many business owners, they do their bookkeeping and they look at their books so that they can pay taxes. You don't want to do that. You want to look at your books so you can help manage your business. Well, what Ms. C has done has helped me has created documents so that day to day I can see cash flow in our business and expenses so that I can make day-to-day decisions. Literally, we've done that together through Google Docs, Google Sheets. So great with spreadsheets, great with design, those kind of things. Video editing, both J and C have done video editing for me. So very talented in that arena. And when you're outsourcing to the Philippines, you can always always look for specific skill sets and experiences. So the interviewing process can be very simplified. Some of the communication we use, I mentioned Voxer. A lot of times we'll organize all of our projects on an organization board called Trello. I'll put a link to Trello in the description below also for you. And so we can manage projects and go back to projects. They can tell me, hey, Mr. Kirk, I need to get this done from you and this done so that I can proceed here. They can create links. But it's been extremely time saving. It's allowed me to market and grow our childcare biz consulting business very economically. When I say $20, $30, $40 a day, that is an excellent wage in the Philippines. And it's not exploitation, it's creating phenomenal opportunity. Both of these individuals were making less than $20 a day when I hired them back in January 2020. So they are thrilled, and they're growing. Let me mention this too. I mentioned this previously, but outsourcing to the Philippines, from what I've learned, that's the only place you want to go. The difference is loyalty. They're extremely loyal. They're not looking to steal your ideas and capitalize and then go be entrepreneurial. That is not the culture in the Philippines. In other countries like India, that happens. So I encourage you definitely to consider the Philippines. They speak American English. They like Americans. And so it's phenomenal. Screen recordings, did I mention that? One of the great things that we do, because communication barrier, they're 14 hours ahead of me. So right now it's 8:30 in the morning on a Monday morning. That means it's 10:30 at night Monday in the Philippines. So communication is tricky. And we've done some 6 p.m. Zoom calls and been able to talk over Zoom, which is great, but screen recording. So if I give a spreadsheet or a document or organizational chart, give instructions, I can do it through a screen recording. There's OBS software, it's free. There's all kinds of programs where you can do screen recordings. And so visually they can see what I'm looking for. I can explain that, and then they'll give me a screen recording back showing me exactly what they've done, what changes. And so it's a great way to do that. So again, consider how much your time is worth. And I'm telling you, it's a phenomenal opportunity to be able to outsource to the Philippines. Hey, here's a few things I wanted to touch base on too, and I didn't want to forget this, which is realize there's all kinds of expertise and experience that you're going to find through searching resumes and posting your jobs on onlinejobs.ph. And so if you're needing other types of services, again, data entry, basic entry, the reality is a lot of Filipinos love some basic work like that, all the way to more technical marketing and other types of skills. So feel free to be looking on onlinejobs.ph. It's a free service to be able to get on there and look for. It's $69 a month right now. Price may go up by the time you watch this, but for a month, and you can hire your VA and then cancel the service. That's how we set up the program to run. So here's the thing to consider. John Jonas, the founder of onlinejobs.ph, talks about the language barrier a lot. And here's what I've found. And this may be unique, but I really feel like I broke through that language barrier, because oftentimes Filipinos are very shy and humble and are very self-conscious about their English. And depending on the task that you're going to have them do, you can choose someone that's feels like they're an expert in speaking and writing English, and some that say, I'm not very good, but maybe you don't need to speak with your virtual assistant as long as they're completing the tasks that you need. I felt like I did. And so I pushed a little bit hard with all sincerity for my VAs, and found that we were able to communicate great verbally, which was important to me. So I felt like I had that additional connection, and that's been a great way for us to communicate through Voxer, as I mentioned before. The screen recording is great, so the communication is key. And comment below if you have questions about that. I'd be happy to respond. Hey, one thing I want to mention to you about wages and salaries in the Philippines. I mentioned $20, $30, or $40 a day. That's a low and a high. I can tell you that there was a time where Miss J, I gave her a $50 bonus on a Friday because she just had a fantastic week. Super productive, great communication, everything I wanted to see and hear. On Monday, she sent me a picture. I'll share it with you now. And she took that $50 during the peak COVID time in the Philippines. She purchased 3 times 3 times 15, 6, 15, 75? 75 meals, provided for 15 families, 3 meals a day for 3 days. That's how she spent her $50 bonus. 75 meals. Talk about making an impact in other people's lives. Yeah, heartwarming. Give it a shot. So think about 4 or 5 tasks that you do every day or every week. Could you train somebody else to do that? Do they have to be present in your office to get that done? If not, think about outsourcing that. 5 important tasks, could start with basic and move your way up, that somebody else could do for you, that could sign in or do remote or audit. How could you save yourself time and money? I hope this was helpful. I'll continue to update you as the projects and so forth continue with the Filipinos, and have a marvelous day. If you like this video, comment below. Comment below on if you've done outsourcing and what that outsourcing has done for you, or comments that you wonder, hey, do you think we could find outsourcing for this? And I'll be happy to respond. Have a great day. Make sure you like and subscribe. The heck did you tell me, Isabel? Okay.